back to KION News at 11. Time now for a full look at that Weather Authority forecast. Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca back to join us in the newscast, and also back from a couple of fun days off, it sounds like.
Yeah, my wife and I, we took our baby moon this weekend. You know what one of those is, Maxwell?
I know, because I learned at 10.
Oh, you learned, yeah.
I didn't know before the 10, though.
Yeah, I guess this is a little trip you take before you have your baby. So we're going to have one of those things soon, so we decided to take a little weekend trip. We went down to Parkfield. That's in southeastern Monterey County. We like to go down there in the spring and look at the wildflowers, but we've always said, hey, we should just stay down there one weekend. And this weekend we made it happen. It was nice and warm, highs in the 90s. That might not be your thing. We like a little dry heat in the summertime. My wife and I spent a lot of time in the swimming pool, that's for sure. And then actually we drove over to Fort Hunter Liggett last night and watched some fireworks at the airfield. So it's a pretty fun weekend for us. Hopefully you guys have all had a great weekend as well. Parkfield was actually our hot spot today. 99 degrees. Wasn't that warm when we left, but it was in the 90s already. Hollister, 91. Santa Cruz and Wattsville in the 80s. Salinas, Monterey in the 70s. It was a pretty warm day on the coast. Warmer than normal. We had some gusty northwest winds that helped keep our marine layer somewhat mixed, even though it was there, just somewhat mixed. And we were cloud free for most of the afternoon. A few clouds did arrive later on in the day, but turned out to be a pretty nice day. We're actually going to cool down a bit on the coast tomorrow, but inland areas are just going to keep getting warmer. We're going to talk about that heat in just a moment, but I do want to take a look at our month ahead. It is the last day of the month. Believe it or not, July starts tomorrow. Isn't that crazy? Max can't even believe it over there. He's just shaking his head like, I don't think Dan's right. I'm going to check that on the internet, and we'll get back to you on it. But yeah, July starts tomorrow. This is our typical weather during the month of July. Highs, most coastal cities upper 60s to mid 70s. Inland cities mostly in the 80s. Lows mostly in the low to mid 50s, and almost no precipitation typically during the month. If we get anything, it's usually from a little drizzle. That's about it. July, our driest month of the year. You notice the Monterey 0.05. That's, you know, you get no sky July. You get a little drizzle in Monterey. That's why you have 0.05 on your average. But we're going to be talking about some much above normal temperatures, I think, this week, especially for inland areas. Heat alerts already in effect. The magenta color heat warnings. These are excessive heat warnings. They are in place for the Santa Cruz Mountains, Santa Clara County, the higher valleys and elevations of San Benito County, and the same in Monterey County. That's from Tuesday through Friday. This is a long duration heat event. We also have heat advisory for the lower elevation valleys and the Santa Cruz coast. So what we're talking about is 4 or 5 days of hot temperatures here across the central coast, right? Especially inland. We're talking 90s, 100s. On the coast, 70s and 80s, right? But that's pretty uncomfortable for a lot of coastal friends. So the problem is up in the hills too, we're not going to dip out of the 70s. Santa Cruz Mountains, if you live up high and not in a valley bottom, you may not dip out of the 70s for several days. That's going to be really hard for you to cool your homes at that point. So we're stressing this already. Make sure you're prepared. Maybe take a break from living in the mountains, come down to the coast for a little while, go stay with some friends, especially if you don't handle the heat well. Don't be working out in the middle of the day, doing those outdoor chores in the middle of the day this week. It's just going to be a rough week for that. Here's why. We've got an area of high pressure, strong area of high pressure out over the open Pacific. We have a trough here on the west coast. Right now, that is going to be going away, and this ridge out over the Pacific will be building in here over the next several days, strengthening slowly. We'll really see it strengthening in over us on Tuesday, and then it just kind of moves over us Wednesday into Thursday, the 4th of July. So high pressure aloft, already looking at warm temperatures. It's also pushing down directly on us. That pushing a force causes further warming. On top of that, it pushes down. Our marine layer pushes that all the way to the coast. So all of these things together really work towards some heat for us, especially inland. On the coast, we'll still see a weak sea breeze every day, but it doesn't, it's going to be hot just a little, walk a couple steps away from the coast and it warms up quite a bit. That's what we're talking about here for the rest of the week. Now, the ridge migrates to the north Saturday and then off to the southeast, and we'll kind of get that more onshore flow, although it's still going to stay pretty hot inland during the period, but we'll be much cooler on the coast, I think, through the weekend. And that ridge kind of sticks around the west all the way into midweek next week. So long duration heat event. We're going to be keeping a close eye on these temperatures throughout the course of the week, and of course want to stay tuned to that. In the meantime, we got a day to prepare on the coast at least. This is the overnight look at Domenico's on the Wharf. We do have some low clouds out there late tonight. They're going to be with us through dawn tomorrow morning, so patchy fog possible. Make sure to tune into Erica from 5 to 7 on Wake Up. She'll get you through that morning commute. Any fog potential out there. We'll clear out on the north side of the bay first tomorrow. Those low clouds may linger at times on the south side of the bay at times, though. So unlike today where we had a complete clear out, I think we'll hold on to a few low clouds on the south side of the bay tomorrow. It will be cooler on the coast tomorrow than it was today, and then all of us warm up into Tuesday. So tomorrow, not too bad. We're already going to be heating up inland, though. Take a look at these temperatures in the Santa Cruz Mountains. We're going to be back up to 95 in Boulder Creek tomorrow, even up at the summit, 91 tomorrow. So some heat already showing up. Down on the coast, cooler than today, but still 70s above normal. Santa Cruz, Capitola. On the east shore of the bay, ranging from the mid-60s, Marina to Castroville, to mid-70s in the north side of the bay. 70s in Salinas, though Hollister right about where you were today. Gilroy, you're at 95 today, 99 tomorrow, so definitely warming up. Monterey Peninsula, we're looking at low to mid-60s. This is a good place to go to cool off, and you're not going to get super hot this week on the peninsula, but it's going to be pretty warm, I think. So, you know, this is one place you can go to probably see some relief from the heat. Down south, mostly 80s. We'll get to 90 in Greenfield, and then pointing southward, we're already in the triple digits tomorrow, and we're going to stay that way for our higher valleys, I think, for the next 5 to 7 days. So get ready for the heat. Here's that 7-day forecast for coastal areas. Temperatures on the coast jumping about 11 degrees on average Tuesday, and then cooling a touch, but not much through the holiday, through Thursday, the 4th of July. And then finally cooling down this week. So highs about 10 degrees above normal for a good stretch on the coast there. Inland areas, huge stretch of heat. Our normal high this time of year on average for inland cities, 84, 10, 15, almost 20 degrees above that for the week. On top of the human heat impacts, right? We're talking about the heat, the impacts on your health, high fire danger. Luckily, we're not going to have a ton of wind, but it's going to be hot, it's going to be dry, and that's not a good combination around the 4th of July.